Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Tower of Fantasy video. Alright, today's video, gonna address a little bit of things. But first, let's talk about the events. Alright, so if you guys are not aware, the event, right now we have two new events, right, going on in the game. Now, one of it is the Wheel of Fantasy. Now, we're gonna talk about this shortly, give you guys my opinion. I know I've been hearing people hating on the event in general, complaining, and wow, attacking the game. So it's like a huge thing that I see everywhere. It's like big drama, like I'm not even exaggerating. I think I've seen this on Twitter, I've seen this on Reddit as well. So we're gonna talk about that and give you guys my thoughts on it, because some of you guys were asking me what I think of the event as well, overall. So let's talk about this one first, the Vera, Orient, Turing. Now this one is pretty fun. I like this event, alright. In general, it's just pretty straightforward. All you need to do is you collect this thing, right? So these things are the energy cells, and you can obtain them by opening up chests or opening up boxes. So as you can see right here, pretty straightforward, but they ask you to use chips to unlock this, to get this, and then you gotta defeat 5 hyena thugs. I think this is just a, if I'm not mistaken, just a one-time thing. So easily any of these chests, like you can just open them using you don't have to use chips, you can just use Force Decipher. And I believe this one, the blue ones, will give you 15, and then the purple ones, if you can find them, those will give you up to 50. Hey, I just level up, level 68. Alright, this one give me 15. And those green chests that you find, not the triangle ones, the square ones, those will give you 5 if I'm not mistaken. So the best way, just straight up open as many chests as you can. Now right now we are in phase 1, alright, so phase 1 is pretty straightforward, but phase 2 and phase 3 is going to unlock more things. This one I do like, the event right now. Basically you farm things in the shop, etc, pretty straightforward. Alright, so you get this, and if I'm not mistaken, this one, once you turn in, as you can see right now, my server is 2.78%. I'm not sure if this is server based, but from what I gather, this is basically collectively everyone's effort in that particular server. So you gotta like do this together with everyone to get to 100%. So if you are in a dead server, sadly this event is going to be quite tough to get as high as you can. Alright, so you gotta reach 20% to get this one, which is one special voucher, and then 55% to get 100 dark crystals, and hopefully if you reach 100%, you get another 100 dark crystals, which is fortunately not too much, but obviously if you're free to play, I believe that's going to matter as well. Now let's talk about this one. Alright, the Wheel of Fantasy, the gachapon, coins, etc, and players have been saying, and a lot of people, they don't like this event for sure. Alright, so that's something that I see commonly being thrown around. A lot of players don't really want this. So you do get free 5 fantasy gachapon coin. We have had this event before. Alright, I think that was like 3 events ago, or was it 4 events ago? And the remaining ones, how do you get? You have to buy them via right here, the fantasy gachapon coin, and the limit is 94. Obviously everything will cost 9,400 dark crystals. So dark crystals is the premium currency for this game. I can see the frustration here for sure. Alright, if you're trying to get the costume right now, the only way is to use your dark crystals, which is your premium currency, to get the costume right here. Now obviously it's gacha based, sometimes you can get lucky and get some of these things earlier, but in my humble opinion, I highly doubt you will be able to get it easily, because the rare items here, they will have less rates generally. So if you go to like Twitter or Facebook or everywhere, right? So this is like, right now this one is from Twitter. You can clearly say they don't design these events for free to play, nor do they want to attract free to play players. Free to play players are the promoters of a game. Whales sustain the game. Unfortunately, you all aren't the target audience. Please don't be so expensive like the last one. Oh boy, I have a bad news for the future. I love gacha within the gacha. Obviously sarcasm right here, alright? So people are just like complaining and they are downright not happy. I've been waiting for this outfit just to find out I can only get it through a shitty gacha. Ooh, tough. $100 for a skin is just too much. So a lot of the complaints is basically saying that they don't want this to be in a gacha system, especially for these costumes, which I think is a kind of a fair thing to say. But one thing that I also see being thrown a lot in the Reddit, alright, Tower Fantasy Reddit, is this particular image. How do you get more gacha point coins? You don't as a free to play. So you gotta spend the dark crystals. Even free to play wants cosmetics, but you still have to admit this is expensive as F cosmetics. If they really want people spending, a $5 direct purchase would have made more money, but alas, it's a gacha, so this model of obtaining is expected. Alright, so this is something that I see players thrown around a lot. Alright, so why make it a gacha? Why not make it a costume that you can buy with money straight up, right? So something that I hear a lot, and I honestly don't think putting costume in a price is actually better. Now hear me out, alright? Some of you guys might be, what? Whoa, did Gitarok just protect Hota Studios? Now first of all, I'm not defending the company. Obviously, I feel like they shouldn't have named this an event. Alright, calling this an event is like probably the worst mistake that they could have done. They should call this something else. Like anything else other than an event, right? It's just the way I see it is if you put a costume locked behind money, like you can straight up buy a costume for $10, you are locking it behind from free to play players to be able to obtain it. You get what I'm saying? Like right now, I know this is like not the best format, and honestly right now dark crystals are super limited and most free to play players should save their premium currency, aka the dark crystals, for pulls. Alright, we have plenty of characters coming. Alright, so we have like what? So far we have had Nemesis, we have Freak, we have Claudia going on, we have Cobalt B, non-stop, right? So obviously if you spend dark crystals as free to play for costumes, like you're breaking your account in a way. Now I get that point, right? But the thing is, again, free to play players, they have an option to choose. Whereas if you put it as straight up a $10 package, $20 package to buy the costume, free to play players do not have that option at all because they are free to play. They will never spend in the game. So, you know, they can still, in a way, decide what they want to do with the dark crystals this way, right? So if any of them happen to have at least 9,400 dark crystals. For me personally, I don't think the issue mainly is because they are putting this particular costume locked behind the gacha. I don't think that's the big issue here. I think a lot of people don't realize the issue lies behind the rush banners. Let's have a look at the CN banner. So right now in global, we have Nemesis, we have Freak, and then we have Claudia, and then coming next is Cobalt B. But back then in the CN banner, as you can see right now, right, Claudia is their first banner in CN. Alright, Claudia is the first banner in CN, and then we have Cobalt B followed afterwards. And then they have collaboration, which is Bayuki followed by Mark, and then they have Nemesis. And they will have Claudia again, that will be like a repeat banner for most of them. And then they added Freak, and then they have Cobalt B. Now you can start seeing like after a while, they start having like reruns. And I honestly think what the developers or what the publisher or whoever what they need to do is focus on putting this sort of event during reruns. Now be honest with me, right now, because there's a lot of characters, obviously you guys want to pull. But let's say the current banner is not, the next one is not Cobalt B. The next one is Nemesis rerun. And some of us already have Nemesis at A1, for example, right? We have Ascension 1 or Ascension 3, some of us. In that case, you can sort of choose. Alright, you already have Nemesis, so do you want to like use your crystals to get the, you know, the costume here instead? Like, I think that's going to be way better. Again, global is definitely more rush, and I do think that this is part of the issue, not mainly this particular event. Obviously, the dark crystals, extremely limited, right? Extremely limited. And with the addition of the rush banners, and also we are not having enough red nucleus, I feel like they could easily elevate this by giving us more of the red nucleus, which they are currently doing right now, which is pretty cool. If you guys haven't logged in yet, make sure you guys log in for the next 7 days to be able to claim free red nucleus. You can get up to 10. So if they do this more often, then it won't feel as bad for them to add events like this. So yeah, overall that's just my opinion and my take. I've seen some other games that have done what you guys were suggesting, basically adding straight up costumes for money. Alright, so you can buy costumes with $10 and $20. And I've seen the same complaints in that game as well, particularly Genshin. If I'm not mistaken, Genshin has like some costumes that are free, but some costumes that are paid only. So you always get the same complaints that why is it paid? Free to play players don't get to get the costumes at all. They should have make it all purchasable with Primogems or their premium currency, right? So you are always going, as a developer for them, you gotta think from their end. If this costume they decide to sell it for like $10, $20, whatever, I'm pretty sure you guys know someone is gonna complain. Somebody is gonna complain no matter what. So their best course of action right now, I do think what they're doing right now is to follow their flow of the CN server. Just try their best to push as far as they can until 2.0 comes, and then hopefully that's where things will slow down a little bit, because that's where all the characters are released, because I think they're trying to catch up to the CN server right now, which is their main objective for the timing. But hey, that's just what I think. Again, let me know what you guys think as well. I would love to hear from you guys as well. Do you guys think this is affecting the players? Are you guys unhappy with this particular event? So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.